Hello, YouTube Nation, and welcome back for yet another toy review. Today, we're going to look at 3 new releases to me from the Masters of the Universe cartoon collection. Today, we are looking at Grizzlor, Orko, and Fang Man, hot off the press from Big Bad Toy Stores. Very happy to have these in the line. Got 2 baddies, got 1 goodie. Let's take a look and see what we got cooking with these. Let's take a look at Orko first, because he's kind of the one that doesn't excite me the most, to be quite honest. So if we look at the package of Orko, Orko's kind of got that looking down going on in the package, so you gotta almost lay it flat to be able to see what's going on. So he does come with a special hero medallion, does come with a clear stand that's not very visible in that, and he comes with another head sculpt we're going to talk about. That does come from the return of Orko's uncle. Look right there, the return of Orko's uncle, and that is Uncle Montork's head, which is pretty cool. We're going to show you a little bit of that here soon. So we got all 3 in this line. Got his heroes medallion and everything else on that, and for me, this Orko figure is much needed. I don't think it's going to be too different than the Origins. Just maybe a different coloration of that. It does come with a cool head swap, which is pretty cool. But let's take a look at some of Orko and the return of Orko's uncle. Let's take a little bit of that cartoon look before we dive into this toy.
Your fault, Montu. You'll pay for this.
Gladly, Spider. Just put it on my bill.
You'll see. Once Asrog and I join our powers, we'll be unbeatable.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, I think the time has come to stop you.
How did you do that?
Okay, so from that little cartoon clip, we see that we got some baddies, and Orko and his uncle are in a little bit of trouble. So that's where this figure, I guess, is themed from the accessories. So we open up the action figure. We do have the removable parts sheet. So essentially everything is removable. Do get a cartoon of Future Tense, part 5 of the Horde invasion. As we go through this, got some definitely different style. Got the Keldor looking stuff. Definitely bows come. We do know bows coming. We know bow and shadow weavers coming. Hopefully that whiplash comes with it. But a lot of the space-ish He-Man stuff, like Hero and stuff like that's in that. So that may be something to look forward to in the cartoon edition. But as we look at Orko, so Orko's got his little scarf on. His head rotates all over the place. The arms are looking good. Doesn't come with a staff or anything, which is cool. I would always want Orko to come with some kind of magical things to come out of his hands, because he always had sparkles and whatnot. You will have to take the head and the hat off to get the medallion around his head, because it just goes like that. If not, so to pop off his head, we take the hat comes off, and there you go. That's what Orko looks like. The mystery is solved. So let's pop off his face as well, and then his scarf for him does stay on, but you have to take it off. Let's see what this looks like. I'm definitely not adding double scarf. It won't fit. And then the difference from the heads, square eyes versus circle eyes. Square eyes is resemblance of a glasses type of a thing, and then the helmet, the head, just hat goes on just like such, and there you go. And there you have Orko's uncle. And when you have Montork's, that's a cool thing. Here is a problem that I have for it. I'm gonna have to buy a second one of these, because I like the uncle. I've always thought he was a cool character and everything else with it. So I'm gonna need to have an Orko plus him. Wish the hats were a little bit, but looking at the cartoon, even in the clips, his hat was more orangish than the pinkish shirt. So got a clear bit here. This just goes on as such, like that, and you've got a stand-up nice little Orko action figure or his uncle that's going through there. I dig it. I'm definitely going to have to buy another one. Probably will wait until those go on sale or they become shelf warmers for me to buy the second one. I do think it's worth every bit of getting to have both characters. Let's take a look at more of the He-Man cartoon, and then we'll look at one of the baddies in the back.
Go to your storeroom and bring me your magic wand.
Master, I obey.
Stop growing, Army. I command you. You hear me? Please.
What's going on in there? Who are you? And what are you doing with my wand? Speak up! I can't hear you!
You can't? Well, maybe you should have your ears checked.
Orko always getting in the trouble there. So let's set Orko aside right over here. We're going to look at Fang Man coming in next. So the packaging looking very good. Just normal packaging for this series. Does have the evil horde going on. In the package, looks great. Looks just like Fang Man should in the cartoon era. Includes the Infinity Wheel, twist into powerful battle positions, which is cool. The same three are on the back. And we have got, as seen on the Time Corridor, cool purple dragon right there coming in hot. We'll maybe see a cartoon of that here in a second if I can find some of it. Fang Man, for me, not a character that was in the original release. Knew about Fang Man. I do think Fang Man was he was with Skeletor a lot, just never got a release in the vintage line. Has been seen several times since. Let's take a look and let's take a comparison of the cartoon right now, and then let's take a look at this figure to see how it goes over.
Skeletor!
The Wheel of Infinity, the ultimate key to the destruction of Castle Grayskull.
Saves great power, Skeletor. But is it enough to destroy Grayskull?
When the wheel is in the right spot, there won't be a Castle Grayskull, and I shall rule all Eternia.
What about?
All right, so there's the plot from where this cartoon is kind of, I guess, not based off of, but they're using that as the packaging. Does have the same comic future tense. We're going to set the second out of the third comics back there. So as you heard, has the Infinity Wheel. Skeletor, Fang Man, everybody is going to use this for their own device to get into Grayskull, which is a cool little add-on feature. Fang Man does look, he had that tongue out as you saw in the cartoon. The outfit fits perfect. Just a normal, typical blue lizard, right? Yeah, just a blue lizard. Face sculpt on this guy is looking great. The scale-wise is perfect with floating Orko or Uncle. The head looks fantastic. Typical articulation for these guys and typical muscle. Does have a foot that is pretty common nowadays for these. You know, the spiked three toes, unless they're supposed to have it, has kind of went away. The blue matches all over on the figure, which looks great. The red pops on the blue, the orange, the yellow. It's really a good combination of everything for this. And if you look at the head does just really pop out and screams Masters of the Universe for me. Really does look like a nice character, and when you see it, it is Masters of the Universe. You may not be familiar with Fang Man, but he absolutely 100% was in the cartoons. Maybe not as much as Triclops is seen in the cartoon, but was in it quite a bit. It wasn't a one-trick pony. Now, he did just hit and go away. That's for maybe another video if we ever do a spotlight or a Playground Chronicle on him, which could be coming soon, which would be fun, especially for these lesser known characters and where they came from and how they came from. But For this guy, the articulation, everything looks great. Hasbro, Mattel did a fantastic job. Not Hasbro. Mattel has done a fantastic job of doing these, and the quality control on these has got a lot better. And this toy really does stand out and really does look good. Now, does he get to hold this? That may be a different argument, but it will go into his hand as you could see right there, which is pretty cool. So, Fang Man, cartoon accurate. We've got Uncle / Orko down there. Now it's our time to look at Grizzlor and see what he's got cooking. So as we take in the third of this set, Grizzlor. An accurate Grizzlor has been needed for a long time in this scale, and I cannot be more excited about him. He is a fantastic looking creature. I can't wait to pop him out of this. As we look at him, he includes the Moon Mirror, which is as seen right here with Shadow Weaver. Can't wait to get her. He ain't heavy, and it's, as you can see, kind of probably a little foreshadowing Princess of Power there for Mirror Mirror on the Wall, who is the evilest of them all. But he has decided, he has not decided, he has been described as hairy henchman of the evil horde. And vintage toy obviously was flockish. I guess that wasn't even flocked. It was 100% hairy and going after it. Grizzlor, that face looks great, but while I'm unpackaging him, let's take a look at Grizzlor in some Princess of Power cartoons.
Well, I was, but I'm afraid I retired years ago. Please, go away.
He's the one.
What's the meaning of this? I'll teach you to break into a wizard's home.
You'll teach no one, old man. You do best to stay out of our way before we teach you a few things.
What is it that you want?
The only thing you have that is worth possessing, old man. The moon mirror.
No, the moon mirror is too dangerous for anyone to use. If you make one mistake...
Your talk bores me, wizard.
All right, so third final figure of this. So we've got the mirror, and look at that. Does have reflective in it, which is kind of cool. So hopefully I don't use that to bad powers. And we got Grizzlor out again, third of the comics that will go over there into the pile. Grizzlor for me should be a little bit bigger. I know he won't be. When he stands taller, he is tall. And if you look at this, Fang Man with the spikes, of course, is taller, which is, I guess it's okay. But if you're looking at that on the shelf, Fang Man looks more menacing than Grizzlor does because of the height. I know they probably couldn't afford to have flocked this in real fur, but that would have been a nice callback. So the one thing I am noticing is there is a little bit of scuffing here on the belt that does not look good. Let me see if that's just, yeah, that's a scuff that's not coming off. I don't know if that was wet paint that got into the packaging. And then also down here on the Horde logo, several little black spots that are on there. But I do like the black boots. Again, the same boots, same legs for most of these characters. I do like the Horde logo on them. I'm loving the Horde logo up here on it. This face mold for Grizzlor is very cartoon accurate. It does really look fantastic. It's one of those characters and one of those, to me, Grizzlor and Ram Man, other than Skeletor and He-Man, but everybody had a Grizzlor as a kid. Everybody had a Ram Man as a kid growing up. I don't know why it was those or why it wasn't those, but 100% in a collection of getting a yard sale, seeing them as kids, or just going and playing at other people's houses. They had a Grizzlor, they had a Ram Man, and then all the other figures just kind of came in as they were. But I do like it. Wish he was a little bit taller. Wish he was a baller. Wish he had a rabbit and a hat. But the mirror does go, does follow around and do some things that are pretty neat. I do think this is a very obscure but cool accessory to have. I like it. The build, the look, everything else on Grizzlor is looking fantastic. Fits the mold really, really well. To have those three come into this line is fantastic. If I'm ranking them right now, I'm probably going Fang Man 1, Grizzlor 2, and then Orko 3. But that's just because I've never had one. That's the first cartoon looking, and really I'm going to use that as his uncle more than I am Orko. So I don't know. Leave me a comment. Are you picking these up? Are you done with them? I've seen a lot of negative on the internet. Can't believe that there would be actual people complaining and moaning and groaning that there's actually new toys of something coming out. To me, I think they're fantastic. I think price points, everything else are looking good. I enjoy it. Let's go out on this video and let's have a little bit more look from the episode that Grizzlor's in. He Ain't Heavy. And let's see what Grizzlor Mischief this gets into it. Till after that, peace out, home skillets. Thanks for watching.
Control the mirror. If the moon's...
I'll hear no excuses, Weaver.
Yes, Zodiac. I think I have it. Now.
Oh no! The mirror has bridged to the doomed dimension. The mirror, it's sucking everything into it. It will continue to grow until it swallows all of Etheria.
This is it. Are you ready, He-Man?
Ready?
We've got to do something.
Be my guests. As for me, I'm getting out of here. See you around.